This 1000 LB Sisters and 90-Day Fiancé crossover with controversial stars will shock you. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For 1000 LB Sister latest news update, in the ever-evolving world of reality television, where drama, romance, and personal transformation collide, two of the most talked-about franchises 1000 LB Sisters and 90-Day Fiancé have unexpectedly found themselves at the center of a cultural phenomenon that no one saw coming. While the shows operate in vastly different corners of the reality TV universe, one rooted in health and weight loss, the other in international romance and immigration, a recent crossover involving some of their most controversial stars has sent shockwaves through fan communities, media outlets, and even social commentary circles. The idea of a crossover between 1000 LB Sisters, a TLC series chronicling the lives of sisters Amy and Tammy Slaton as they battle obesity, addiction, and emotional trauma, and 90-Day Fiancé, the explosive series that follows couples navigating the K-1 visa process and the challenges of cross-cultural relationships, may seem like an odd pairing. After all, one show centers on domestic struggles with health and family dynamics in East Tennessee, while the other explores the complexities of love across borders, language barriers, and societal expectations. But in the age of viral content, algorithm-driven fame, and audience hunger for scandal, the lines between genres have blurred. And when two of reality TV's most polarizing figures, Amy Slaton from 1000 LB Sisters and Mike Young from * 90-Day Fiancé, the other way, were linked in a series of social media exchanges, public appearances, and cryptic interviews, fans were left reeling. It began innocuously enough. In early 2024, Amy Slaton, who had recently undergone another weight loss surgery and was working on rebuilding her life after a series of personal setbacks, including a highly publicized arrest at a zoo for bringing her pet tiger into a public space, posted a cryptic Instagram story featuring a song lyric about second chances and new beginnings. Fans assumed it was a reference to her ongoing journey. But within hours, Mike Young, a British contestant known for his tumultuous relationship with his Filipino fiancée, Jimena, and his controversial views on gender roles and cultural differences, commented on the post with a simple heart emoji. It was an innocent gesture, or so it seemed. But then, the DMs started flying. Unbeknownst to the public at the time, Amy and Mike had been in contact for weeks through mutual friends in the reality TV circuit. Both had appeared on various talk shows discussing their respective journeys, Amy on issues of body image and mental health, Mike on cultural clashes and the pressures of being a man in a modern relationship. Their paths crossed at a wellness retreat in Arizona, where several reality stars gathered for a healing and connection event. According to insiders, the two bonded over their shared experiences of public scrutiny, media misrepresentation, and the difficulty of finding genuine love in the spotlight. What started as a friendship quickly turned into something more complicated. Photos began surfacing online of the pair having dinner at a private restaurant in Nashville, followed by a joint appearance at a charity gala benefiting mental health initiatives. The images sparked immediate speculation. Was this a publicity stunt? A strategic alliance to boost ratings? Or was there a real, emotional connection forming between two people who had been labeled controversial by the media? The reaction from fans was swift and divided. Supporters of 1000 LB Sisters were quick to defend Amy, arguing that she deserved love and companionship after years of battling depression and addiction. She's been through so much. If Mike makes her happy, who are we to judge? Wrote one fan on Reddit. Others were more skeptical. Mike is toxic. He treated Jimena terribly. I can't believe Amy would get involved with someone like that, countered another. On the 90-Day Fiancé side, fans were equally split. Some saw Mike's outreach to Amy as a sign of personal growth. He's trying to change. Maybe Amy is helping him see things differently, said a viewer on Twitter. But many remained unconvinced. Mike is the same guy who said women should know their place. Now he's cozying up to a reality star with her own baggage? This feels like a PR move, argued a popular podcast host. As the speculation grew, so did the media attention. Tabloids ran headlines like "Tiger Lady meets Toxic Brit," reality TV's most shocking romance, and "From weight loss to world love, Tammy Slaton's unlikely new chapter. Even mainstream outlets began covering the story, with Entertainment Weekly publishing a deep dive into the cultural implications of such a crossover. "This isn't just about two reality stars dating," wrote critic Lena Torres. "It's about how fame, trauma, and public perception shape our understanding of love and redemption in the digital age." But the most surprising development came when TLC and Discovery announced a special crossover event titled Love and Wait, a reality collision. The one-hour special, which aired in May 2024, featured Amy and Mike sitting down for a joint interview, moderated by a therapist, to discuss their connection, their pasts, and what the future might hold. The special was framed as a mental health initiative, promoting dialogue about loneliness, healing, and the search for connection in a fractured world. In the special, Amy opened up about her loneliness following her separation from her husband, Chris Combs, and her struggles with self-worth. "People see me on TV and think they know me," she said, her voice trembling. "But no one sees the nights I cry myself to sleep, wondering if I'll ever be enough." Mike, usually guarded and defensive in past interviews, appeared more reflective. He acknowledged his past behavior on 90 Day Fiancé, admitting that his rigid views on relationships had caused pain. "I was raised in a certain way and I didn't know how to adapt," he said. "But meeting Amy made me question a lot of things. She's been through hell and still shows up with kindness." The special was a rating smash, drawing over 3 million viewers, the highest for a TLC special in 2 years. Social media exploded with reactions. Some praised the raw honesty, calling it a rare moment of authenticity in reality TV. Others criticized it as exploitative, arguing that the network was profiting off the emotional vulnerability of two troubled individuals. "This isn't therapy. It's content," wrote one journalist. "And we're all complicit for watching." Behind the scenes, however, the story was more complicated. Sources close to both stars revealed that the relationship was never officially romantic. Instead, Amy and Mike had agreed to the special as a way to raise awareness about mental health and to challenge the way reality TV stars are often villainized. "They're not dating," said a production insider. "They're allies." They both felt misunderstood and wanted to show that people can change, that redemption is possible. Still, the narrative had taken on a life of its own. Fan fiction began circulating online. Memes of Amy and Mike as a cartoon couple went viral. A TikTok trend emerged where users lip-synced to a mashup of Amy's emotional confessions and Mike's most controversial quotes, set to dramatic music. Hashtags like #AmyandMike and #RedemptionArc trended for days. The crossover also sparked a broader conversation about the nature of reality television in the 2020s. Critics pointed out that networks are increasingly blurring the lines between shows, characters, and genres to create event programming that drives engagement. "This is the next evolution of reality TV," said media analyst Darren Cole. "It's no longer enough to have drama within a show. Now, they're creating universes crossovers, spin-offs, meta-commentary, where the real story is the audience's reaction." For fans of 1000 LB Sisters, the crossover brought renewed attention to Amy's journey. Her Instagram following surged by over 500,000 in a month. She launched a new podcast, Second Chances, where she interviews other reality stars about overcoming adversity. Meanwhile, Tammy Slaton, Amy's sister and longtime co-star, expressed mixed feelings. In a recent interview, she said, "I love my sister and I want her to be happy, but I worry that she's being used. The spotlight isn't always kind." As for Mike, the special marked a turning point in his public image. He began speaking at men's wellness events, discussing toxic masculinity and emotional intelligence. He even reconciled briefly with Jimena, though they ultimately decided to remain friends. "I'm not the same man I was," he told Men's Health, "and I owe part of that growth to the unexpected friendship I found with Amy." The controversy didn't end there. In June 2024, a clip from unaired footage of the crossover special leaked online. In it, Amy and Mike are seen having a heated argument about cultural differences and personal boundaries. Mike reportedly made a comment about American women being too emotional, which Amy countered by calling him closed-minded. The clip reignited the debate, with some accusing the network of editing the final cut to present a more palatable narrative. TLC issued a statement calling the leak unauthorized and taken out of context, but the damage was done. Critics argued that the entire crossover was a carefully constructed illusion designed to manipulate audience emotions for ratings. "We're not watching real life," said media ethicist Dr. Naomi Perez. "We're watching a performance of healing, packaged as content." And yet, for all the skepticism, there were moments of genuine connection. In a quiet scene from the special that didn't make the final cut but was shared by a fan who attended the taping, Amy and Mike are seen sitting on a porch, sipping tea and talking about their childhoods. Amy shares how she felt invisible growing up, while Mike opens up about the pressure to be the strong one in his family. There's no drama, no music, no camera angles, just two people listening to each other. That moment, fleeting and unscripted, may be the most powerful takeaway from the entire crossover. In a world where reality TV is often dismissed as trashy or exploitative, it's a reminder that even within the most manufactured environments, real human emotions can emerge.
People are complex.
They make mistakes.
They grow.
They heal. And sometimes, they find unexpected allies in the most unlikely places. The 1000 LB Sisters and 90-Day Fiancé crossover didn't just shock viewers, it challenged them. It forced a conversation about how we judge others, how we consume media, and what we expect from people in the public eye. Is redemption real? Can love be found in the most scrutinized corners of life? And can two flawed individuals, labeled controversial by the world, create something meaningful simply by showing up as themselves? There are no easy answers. But one thing is certain, the ripple effects of this crossover will be felt for years to come. Whether it's remembered as a bold experiment in reality storytelling or a cautionary tale about the cost of fame, it has undeniably left its mark. As Amy said in her final words on the special, "I don't know what comes next, but for the first time in a long time, I feel seen. And that's enough for now." And perhaps, in a world obsessed with endings and resolutions, that's the most honest conclusion of all. Tammy Slaton, one of the beloved stars of the hit TLC reality series 1000 LB Sisters, has captured the hearts of millions with her raw honesty, resilience, and unwavering determination to transform her life. Over the years, viewers have watched her navigate the highs and lows of a weight loss journey that has been as emotionally complex as it has been physically demanding. From her early days on the show, where she weighed over 500 pounds and struggled with mobility, depression, and health complications, to her current chapter of progress, self-discovery, and renewed hope, Tammy's evolution has become a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit. At the heart of Tammy's journey lies a deeply personal struggle with obesity, a condition shaped by a combination of emotional trauma, poor lifestyle habits, and genetic predisposition. Alongside her sister Amy Slaton, Tammy rose to fame through the reality series that chronicled their lives in Dixon, Kentucky, as they each battled extreme weight gain and the associated health risks. While Amy achieved significant weight loss early in the series through bariatric surgery and lifestyle changes, Tammy's path proved more complicated. Her journey was marked by setbacks, emotional relapses, and periods of stagnation, yet also punctuated by moments of courage, self-reflection, and gradual progress. For many fans, Tammy's story is not just about numbers on a scale. It's about the internal battle with self-worth, the challenge of breaking free from years of unhealthy coping mechanisms, and the courage it takes to ask for help. Her transformation has not been linear. There were times when she gained weight, times when she felt discouraged, and times when the public scrutiny intensified. But through it all, Tammy has remained visible, vulnerable, and committed to doing better, sometimes slowly, sometimes imperfectly, but always authentically. One of the most significant turning points in Tammy's weight loss journey came in 2021, when she underwent a life-changing procedure, a sleeve gastrectomy. This form of bariatric surgery involves removing a large portion of the stomach to limit food intake and promote weight loss. The decision to have surgery was not made lightly. For years, Tammy had expressed fear about undergoing such a procedure, citing concerns about pain, recovery, and the permanence of the change. However, after reaching a point where her health was in serious jeopardy, struggling with mobility, sleep apnea, high blood pressure, and other obesity-related conditions, she realized she had to take a bold step. The surgery marked the beginning of a new chapter. In the months that followed, Tammy began to lose weight steadily. She documented her progress through social media, sharing updates with her fans and expressing gratitude for their support. Photos and videos showed her slowly gaining strength, walking longer distances, and embracing new routines. She began working with nutritionists and therapists to address not just the physical aspects of weight loss, but the emotional underpinnings that had contributed to her struggles. What made Tammy's journey particularly inspiring was her willingness to be open about the psychological challenges she faced. She spoke candidly about her history of emotional eating, using food as a comfort during periods of loneliness, grief, and anxiety. The loss of her mother, who was a central figure in her life and also struggled with weight, added another layer of complexity. Tammy often shared that her relationship with food was intertwined with memories of her mom, making it difficult to break the cycle without confronting deep-seated emotional pain. In therapy, she began to unpack these patterns, learning healthier ways to cope with stress and sadness. She also started to build a stronger sense of self-identity beyond her weight. This was no small feat for much of her life. Tammy had defined herself by her size, both in how she saw herself and how she believed others saw her. Shedding pounds was not just about improving her health. It was about reclaiming her identity, rebuilding her confidence, and learning to love herself at every stage. As her physical transformation progressed, so did her mental and emotional growth. Tammy began to set new goals for herself, goals that extended beyond weight loss. She wanted to travel, to be more active, to engage with her community, and to inspire others who are on similar journeys. She became an advocate for self-compassion, often reminding her followers that progress is not measured solely by the scale, but by how one feels, how one shows up for life, and how one treats oneself with kindness. Her social media presence became a source of motivation for thousands. Through Instagram and YouTube, Tammy shared her daily routines, meal plans, fitness milestones, and personal reflections. She didn't shy away from showing the difficult days, the moments when she slipped back into old habits, when she felt overwhelmed, or when the weight loss stalled. Instead, she used these moments as teaching opportunities, emphasizing that setbacks are part of the process and do not erase progress. One of the most powerful aspects of Tammy's journey has been her ability to connect with others on a human level. She doesn't present herself as a perfect role model or a weight loss guru. She is simply a woman who has made the decision to fight for her life, one day at a time. Her authenticity resonates with people who have faced similar battles, whether with weight, mental health, or self-acceptance. Many fans have reached out to thank her for giving them hope, for showing that change is possible even when it feels out of reach. In addition to her personal growth, Tammy's journey has also impacted her relationships. Her bond with her sister Amy has evolved over the years. While their paths have differed, Amy achieving dramatic weight loss earlier and maintaining a more public fitness-focused lifestyle, the sisters have remained supportive of each other. Their dynamic on the show has sometimes been tense, reflecting the natural friction that can arise when two people face similar struggles in different ways. But at their core, they share a deep love and a shared history that keeps them connected. Tammy has also worked on rebuilding relationships with her family and friends, many of whom had expressed concern about her health over the years. As she became more active and engaged, she reconnected with people she had distanced herself from during her lowest points. She began attending family events, celebrating holidays with loved ones, and participating in community activities, things that were once difficult or impossible due to her physical limitations. Another significant milestone in Tammy's journey was her increased mobility. Early in the series, she relied on a mobility scooter to get around and often required assistance with daily tasks. As she lost weight and built strength, she gradually transitioned to walking unassisted. Videos of her walking longer distances, climbing stairs, and even dancing have become symbols of her progress. Each small victory, tying her shoes without help, standing for longer periods, or fitting into a standard airplane seat represented a reclaiming of independence. Fitness, once a distant concept, became a regular part of her life. With guidance from trainers and physical therapists, Tammy incorporated gentle exercises into her routine, starting with short walks and stretching, then gradually increasing her activity level. She celebrated every achievement, no matter how small. Her approach was never about pushing herself to extremes, but about consistency, patience, and listening to her body. Nutrition also played a crucial role in her